Thursday, and it's Are You OK Day. I'm pretty sure that's international, not just in Australia. A day to try and bring awareness and attention to the issue of depression and mental health. For the last few years, our school has done things on this particular day to help raise awareness. We try and encourage staff to wear yellow, and if you don't have yellow, they've got yellow ribbons to give out. Keep an eye out for those that you care for and those around you, and not be afraid to ask if they are okay, like, are you okay? But also be prepared for the time and conversation that may follow up if the person says no. Quite often, especially in Australia, you can ask a bloke how he's doing, if he's okay, and yep, all good, no worries. Now, I'm particularly guilty of that. We put off medical attention for far too long, and I guess seeking professional help with depression as well. And the suicide rate amongst Australian males, I think, is pretty high. But even just not related to suicide, there's a lot of people out there struggling with depression and anxiety, and they need a bit of understanding and support from their friends and family and work colleagues, employers. If somebody's really struggling and they don't get any sort of support, they could just keep spiralling down. They need to make sure that they do something sooner rather than later, whether it's regard to depression, anxiety, other mental health issues, or health issues. I should have done something about my neck years ago. When I was 26, my doctor said, this will probably require surgery, but you don't want to do something now because of the risks associated with having surgery around your spinal cord. In the last 25 years, 24 years, things have, I would say, gotten better with surgery and techniques, but I still put it off a bit too long. I was told it's going to take months, possibly, to get the feeling fully back into my hands, and that I need to be patient. My brother has said that to me. My wife has said that to me. But my wife has also said to me, you're an impatient person. You have got to take it easy. It's been almost 2 months since the surgery, and I've still got a lot of numbness, lack of feeling, and still a bit of irritation. Anyway, so today's my day is the yellow wiggle. We've got a sunny weekend, even though we just had a little sun shower as I was getting out to the car. And so, I'm going to take the boys out. But my wife said I should take them out to where I used to walk them, because it's flatter. As you can hear, I'm driving up a hill to get away from our place. Like where I will walk them, there's not many houses, so there's going to be less sudden distractions. Hey man, stop. We'll be there soon. We haven't had a walk in a long time, obviously. Pretty sure the last walk was before my surgery, so that was over 2 months. being lightly rained on. Clouds have sort of blown in behind us and they're just dropping a really light drizzle of rain at the moment. It should blow over us, so we'll just keep walking. If we get wet, we get wet. We'll have to dry off when we get back. Cheeky brothers. Monday. This morning I've got a planning meeting with the other head teachers of my faculty area within the college. So as I may have said before, we've got several campuses in our collegiate of schools, and near the start of the year and at this point, mid to late term 3, we have a planning meeting to kind of evaluate what's been working this year and head into what kind of stuff will we do for next year within the college. Today's meeting is at one of the other schools, so I'm driving straight there. My only class today, because of Year 11 exams, is Year 12, and a bit of a bummer missing out with them because we're trying to get them through. It's a period 1 class, and in the last week I haven't had many of them turn up to period 1 classes. They'll show up about halfway through or something like that. But they've got their booklets, they know what we're working through with cluster 5, the ones who are up to date, and they'll be able to work through that a bit. And I'll catch up with them tomorrow. Had a chat with my lecturer at uni with regard to my assignments, just sort of making sure I'm on the right track. He encouraged me to call more often. Don't try and just sit in the background and think I've got to do everything perfectly and that sort of thing. Like, he gave me a good reminder that our assignment work is creating resources in most cases. And he said, you're creating work and resources and questions that your Year 12, Year 11 and 12 kids should be able to work with and answer. You're not trying to reinvent the engineering world, especially with this current assignment I'm working on. It is meant to be a resource that I'll be able to use when I'm teaching with the students that can help to guide them out to further study themselves. So I need to find good resources out there that the kids can engage with to help them to learn. I FaceTime called him because I think I felt a bit more comfortable, talking face to face. He's very helpful. He's got a lot of ideas, but it's good to see the expression on his face as he's talking, just like if you were in a lecture theatre or even a small group room or something like that. So that's one thing that when you're doing online study, having the ability to have the video conference chat type stuff with your lecturer is pretty important. And that's going to bring me back to, that's one of the things that was The biggest struggle with remote learning for us here was if the kids didn't have internet access at home or like good internet access to be able to do video streaming, it was very difficult to try and do coursework with the kids. And if you're just trying to rely on the way online universities are set up, where they give you all your resources, here's the assignments, do the readings, do the research, write your paper or whatever. If you don't get that feedback from your lecturer or your teacher, it can make learning pretty difficult. And that's why I try and use Google Classroom and Microsoft Teams and that sort of stuff in a way where you do keep that constant feedback, kind of like a Facebook page, but if you're getting that constant feedback, it helps the students. If they don't get any feedback at all, it does really make studying hard. Yep, we're in need of the exercise. He's huffing and puffing. I'm huffing and puffing. We're on a hill. So it's coolish, but it's nice out. See quite a few people just out working in their yards, doing a bit of gardening, a bit of repair work around the house. Past one group of people with a dog, and Sam was very good. Batman did a little bit of barking, but not too much. He stopped, so that was okay. Just did the walk from home today rather than getting in the truck. It's enough just to get a bit of exercise. I tried playing ball with Batman earlier and he was excited. I threw the ball. Grass is pretty long in the backyard, so he went looking for it. Found it. Walked away. Did a bit of sniffing around and business. Came back, looked at the ball again, and went, I'm going inside. So the weather's stayed nice today, so we'll get him out and get a bit of exercise into both of them and me. We've got to get some weight off Batman. I don't want to lose weight, but I don't need it in the spots where I've got it. I'm not a very heavy person, and years ago I was only like 63 kilos. And I had a goal to reach 70. Now I'm 72.5. But it's all in my belly. Not happy about that. So let's see if we can walk it off, turn some of it into muscle on my legs, and see what I can do when I get the okay to start exercising the arms again. This was the lookout. So we came to check on the bushfires years ago. The bushfires were out there. And you may have noticed I've opted for a soft collar just to see how it feels. Because while my doctor says I'm allowed to have my neck out of the collar, I don't want to do anything to damage my neck muscles too quickly, because I know if I don't have a reminder that I shouldn't be doing stuff, I'll start doing stuff. I assembled a Kmart cabinet, like a little thing out of bamboo yesterday. There was no heavy lifting involved, it just required a screwdriver, so I did that in the lounge room. I might actually start wearing this to work. It feels a lot less restrictive, but it still stops me from making any sudden movement, and it reminds me that I shouldn't be doing stuff. So. There we go. You right now?
Wonder how long he'd been stuck in this area. He just kept flying into the clear curtains. Anyway, I'm up here to have a look through paperwork to see what stuff we actually need to hang on to. That was officially the last class of Year 12. I graduate tomorrow. I do wish that we could have gotten more done, but me having surgery stopped that. Then changing the course mucked them around a little bit, and COVID really mucked them around, so we got enough done to get them through. I've got to go do some administration work for the morning before my next class before lunch.